Wow. I thought that I had made it when I was the Grand Marshal, man. This is extraordinary. 44 years of your dream job, which was mine, at leading senior centers. The first 18 were in Walla Walla. The second 25 was here. And it was absolutely what I was born to do. So I loved, it was my lifelong goal to work with seniors, and I did. In Walla Walla, we put together, the center was actually located in a city park. And with county money, taking the budget from $15,000 and 2 staff to $600,000 and 4 different counties, that we actually started sites and got nutrition programs going, and those sites ended up becoming senior centers. So actually we kind of touched 4 counties in providing those services throughout. I left the center with like I said, a budget of $600,000, which reflects many of new services, and we talked about some of those before, here in West Seattle and in Walla Walla. The renovation was, I guess, with all of the capital campaigns that we did, it was over $3.5 million that we actually raised, and that was through community. Not because of me, it was because the people in the community so backed the senior center, which made my job a bit easier. This has come with the support of my family, the children who all are here. You'll see little grandbabies running around. And they helped by serving, and when they were just tykes in grade school, serving dishes at night for fundraisers in Walla Walla. My son was doing dishes. He had to stand on a chair to make the machine work. But he loved doing dishes. I'm not sure why, but. So I guess my favorite part of the job was working in the community and knowing community. And also the city, county, the state, because I kind of worked with all of them when it was necessary, and I enjoyed it. Representing the center. So, you know, of all of the things, I think, really, when it comes down to it, it's just working with the seniors. Again, that's where I wanted to be. My mother said when I first went to Oklahoma to meet my cousins when I was in grade school, I didn't play with my cousins that were my age, I stood with Grandpa. So she says, I should have known. One of the most memorable moments, other than day-to-day working with the seniors, was in Walla Walla. I wrote a letter to Booth Gardner when he came into office because he decided to shake down DSHS in Olympia. And we were hearing that they were going to take Charlie Reed, who was our chief of aging in Olympia, and he was going to move him somewhere else. So I wrote him a letter and said, please don't do that, we need Charlie. And it was about 2 weeks later, and I got a phone call, and they said, it's Booth Gardner on the phone. And I said, right. And she said, well, that's who he said he was. And so I went into my office and I closed the door, and I was going to say, because I figured it was an area 8 George Talisman. I figured it was an area agency director in Vancouver. And I was going to say something that maybe I shouldn't have said to them. Then I thought, no, I've heard that he does those things. Well, it was Booth Gardner. And so we had a long conversation, and we talked about Charlie, and he asked me how old I was, because my signature is like this. It hasn't changed much. Anyway, in our conversation, I invited him to come see our center, and he did. So he came to Walla Walla, and with his entourage went in the kitchen and stole some of the food that they were serving the seniors that day. And my daughter and my son were there. They liked him a lot, so that was very memorable. And I guess in West Seattle, the $3 million renovation addition money that I was going through, I was going for $350,000 from the state. And Doug and I hadn't taken a vacation in 3 years because we were doing the capital campaign, and I didn't feel, and Denise was kind enough to let my vacation ride. I said, no, we're going to go on vacation this year. And so we did. And the capital campaign was coming to an end. I knew if we got the state money, we were good. Well, I went and they shorted us $100,000. And I'm going, no. I got back because I knew I had it in good hands. So I called Eric and I said, Eric, this isn't good enough. We need that other $100,000. And he said, well, the way we figured you didn't. And I said, well, let's talk about this. And so he did. And I said, well, listen, the way I'm leaving it with you is if you get me the other $100,000, I will kiss your feet at the next chamber meeting. I think that's when you were the president. Anyway, and so he called me one day and said, Karen, I guess you're kissing my feet at the next chamber meeting because you get your other $100,000. So if you don't ask, you don't get, I guess. So anyway, I wish the best, only the best for the senior center. In the future, I hope that it has the growth that it has under my direction. And the connection to the community and support for services has always been great, and I hope it continues. I would like to thank the board for naming the building after me. Now I'm part of history. What do you think? That's great. And quite a surprise, I might add. And there's a committee that's been meeting for 4 months putting this program together. And I want to thank them too, and Nancy and Helene and Sandy and Suzanne and Doug. Yeah, so thank you all. My daughter has always wanted me to quit work forever. She said, Mom, quit work, because we can do more together. Trudy? There you go. I'm available. So anyway, I want to thank you all for coming. I really appreciate the support. It's been wonderful working in West Seattle, and I hope my near future keeps me working in the junction here with the local identified people that are so leaders in the community and those that are upcoming leaders. Thank you. Yeah.